So I want to show you how to do the Lazy Daisy with more than one color. I find this more difficult than doing one color, but it is interesting. So what it is, I did these little running stitches here, 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 and I used red, and I know I want to go back and use red, so I'm not going to cut it off or anything. I just actually taped it to the end. So now I go back in here, I go back into the center point of my daisy. As you guys notice, I often pull the thread versus the needle. That way I guarantee that I'm not going to pull my needle off. And I go back through that loop. Let's pull it down. Go back through the center. Come up again. Pull the thread, not the needle, through the previous running stitch, back into the center. Again, come back up. So here you guys can see is my finished Lazy Daisy with the two colors. Now over here, I've actually started another design. So this is something that I've just traveled over here, started a new design, and I'm okay with doing that around my page. So I did a square. So I'm going to do two more because I know I want two more light pinks in here before I go on to something else. So I'm going to do that. Pull that out. But now I want to show you how using that same color. That's why it's a nice thing to do when you're first learning to use a similar color scheme, but I can come over here now to this guy. So I didn't change up my thread or anything, I just popped it back up top. I'm going to do my French knot, tuck it back in through there, and now I've got a French knot on that spot. Likewise, I can do the same thing here using that light pink. Do another one, back into that same hole, and then this is just a way for me to work around my board without having to change up my colors. Okay, now I've got this pink thread which I might use again, so I don't want to cut it off, so I'm just going to take off my needle. So there's my needle. Just tape it down lightly somewhere on my page, and then I'm going to change my red back in. Okay, so I've rethreaded my red needle. And now I actually want to add in some new colors into this spot here. I'm going to do two little stitches. The running stitch comes up a lot, or the back stitch depending on the way you go about it, because now if I want to fill in with a darker red, I'll do two stitches here. That's going to again change the look of my project. And then if I go over here, right beside that. So often, very, very basic stitches can be made to look quite different by changing your thread. Oops. Thread's caught there, so I'm just going to loosen it, see if I can figure out where the knot has come. There it goes. Pull it back out. So I don't know if everyone can see right here. This is me just adding in that darker red all around. Now here I have a running stitch. Running stitches are great for then adding random things onto. I know we talked about the Lazy Daisy a lot, but you can actually use the Lazy Daisy here as a type of leaf or just a detail. So you can start with a stem and just add things on and move your way up. And just keep going. So there's lots and lots of things. So once you get a base idea, just really keep doing it. At this point, you might want to just do a project that's just straight different stitches all over the place, which is what I kind of had done with mine.